The McLaren 720S. This sleek machine is what dreams are made of for car enthusiasts. With its jaw-dropping performance, incredible acceleration, and futuristic design, it's easy to see why it's a top pick for anyone looking for a true supercar experience. But as we all know, with great power comes great responsibility. Owning a McLaren 720S might seem like the ultimate thrill ride, but there are some common issues that could seriously rain on your parade. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the top 10 problems that McLaren 720S owners often face. From engine troubles to suspension issues, we'll count down the things you need to watch out for so you don't end up with a car that costs you more than it's worth. So if you're thinking about getting a 720S or already have one, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to keep your supercar in top shape. Let's get started. 10. Engine cooling issues. At the top of our list is a problem that can be a nightmare for anyone owning a high-performance car like the McLaren 720S. Engine cooling issues. The 720S has an incredibly powerful engine, which means it generates a lot of heat. If the cooling system isn't functioning properly, you could end up with an overheated engine, which could lead to long-term damage. The good news is that McLaren has designed an efficient cooling system for the 720S, but sometimes the system can fail due to factors like a blocked radiator, leaking hoses, or issues with the water pump. A lot of owners have reported that the cooling system can get clogged over time, especially if the car is driven aggressively on hot days. If you notice your temperature gauge rising higher than usual, it could be a sign that the cooling system isn't working as it should. Regular maintenance is key here. Make sure the coolant levels are always in check, and clean out any debris that could be blocking the system. If you notice any leaks, or if the engine runs hotter than usual, it's important to get it checked out by a professional before it becomes a bigger issue. 9. Electrical glitches. When you're dealing with a car that has a lot of technology packed into it, like the McLaren 720S, electrical issues are bound to pop up. McLarens are known for having complex electrical systems, and while they are generally reliable, things can still go wrong. Common electrical problems include malfunctions with the infotainment system, issues with the digital display, and power window failures. Some owners have also reported problems with the car's sensors, like the rear-view camera or parking sensors. Keep your software up to date. Sometimes a simple update can resolve issues with the infotainment system or sensors. If you encounter persistent electrical issues, you'll want to have a professional technician take a look. It might be something simple, like a blown fuse or a loose connection, but it could also be a more complicated issue that requires the expertise of a McLaren specialist. 8. Suspension wear and tear. Supercars like the McLaren 720S are built to handle high speeds and sharp corners, but that doesn't mean the suspension is immune to wear and tear. Over time, especially if you're regularly taking your 720S to the track or pushing it to its limits, you may start to notice some issues with the suspension. Symptoms of suspension problems can include a bouncy or rough ride, noise when driving over bumps, or uneven tire wear. The 720S is equipped with an active suspension system, which automatically adjusts based on driving conditions, but this system can sometimes fail or require recalibration. Regular checks and maintenance are essential for keeping the suspension in top shape. If you're driving your 720S hard, especially on uneven roads or tracks, it's important to have the suspension components inspected frequently. If you notice any signs of suspension issues, have it checked out as soon as possible to avoid further damage. 7. Transmission problems. The McLaren 720S features a sophisticated dual-clutch transmission that's designed to provide smooth, quick shifts at high speeds. While this transmission is one of the best in the business, it can occasionally suffer from issues, especially if the car isn't maintained properly. Some owners have reported that the transmission can sometimes be slow to respond or get stuck in a certain gear. This could be a result of low fluid levels, dirty transmission fluid, or a malfunction in the clutch mechanism. In rare cases, more severe transmission failures can occur. Regularly check your transmission fluid and replace it as needed. If you're noticing any sluggish shifting or unusual sounds from the transmission, get it inspected right away. Catching transmission issues early on can prevent costly repairs down the line. 6. Carbon ceramic brakes wear. The McLaren 720S comes with carbon ceramic brakes, which are designed to offer superior stopping power and performance. While these brakes are high performance and long-lasting, they do come with their own set of potential problems. Carbon ceramic brakes can be prone to wear if the car isn't driven in the right conditions. For example, if you frequently drive the 720S at lower speeds or on city roads where hard braking isn't required, the brakes can become glazed and lose their effectiveness. To preserve the life of your carbon ceramic brakes, try to drive in a way that lets the brakes cool properly between uses. If you drive aggressively, be sure to check the condition of your brakes regularly. If you notice any issues, such as squeaking or reduced braking power, have them checked out by a professional. 5. Turbocharger issues. The McLaren 720S is powered by a twin-turbocharged V8 engine, which gives it incredible power and speed. However, turbochargers can be susceptible to wear and tear, especially if the car is driven aggressively or not maintained properly. Keep your turbochargers clean and ensure that the oil levels are properly maintained. If you notice a lack of power, excessive smoke, or strange noises coming from the engine, it could be a sign that the turbochargers are having issues. Have them inspected and repaired if necessary to avoid engine damage. 4. Faulty power steering. Power steering is crucial when driving a supercar like the McLaren 720S. A common issue with the 720S is faulty power steering, which can lead to heavy or unresponsive steering. This is often caused by problems with the hydraulic fluid or the steering pump. If the system runs low on fluid, or if there's a leak, it can cause steering issues that could make driving the car much more difficult. Regularly check the power steering fluid levels and ensure there are no leaks. If you experience any issues with the steering, such as stiffness or a strange noise, get it checked out immediately. A professional can diagnose the issue and replace any damaged components to restore your car's handling. 3. AC problems. Believe it or not, air conditioning issues can be a problem in supercars, including the McLaren 720S. Some owners have reported that the AC system can fail or not blow cold air effectively, especially in extremely hot weather. If your AC isn't blowing cold air, check the refrigerant levels first. If that's not the issue, it's best to have a professional look at the system to identify any leaks or electrical problems. A well-maintained AC system is essential for comfort, especially if you're driving in hot conditions. 2. Exterior panel gaps and paint issues. McLaren 720S owners have reported issues with the exterior panels, such as misaligned gaps between body parts or paint imperfections. The precision of the bodywork is one of the selling points of this supercar, so if the gaps between panels aren't even or if the paint starts chipping, it can seriously affect the look and value of the car. If you notice misaligned panels or paint defects, it's a good idea to take the car to a McLaren dealer or certified body shop to have it inspected. 1. Expensive maintenance costs. And last, but definitely not least, expensive maintenance costs. It's no secret that supercars like the McLaren 720S come with a hefty price tag, but the maintenance costs can also be jaw-dropping. Routine services, parts replacements, and high-end repairs can add up quickly, especially if you're not careful. While you can't entirely avoid the high maintenance costs of a supercar, being proactive about regular servicing and taking care of minor issues before they become major problems can save you a lot of money. Keep an eye on your 720S and stay on top of routine maintenance to avoid major, costly repairs. There you have it, the top 10 common problems that could ruin your McLaren 720S experience. While this supercar is undoubtedly a masterpiece, it's not immune to a few hiccups along the way. But with regular maintenance and early detection of issues, you can enjoy the thrill of owning a McLaren without the headaches. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks on car ownership. If you've experienced any of these problems with your 720S, drop a comment below and let us know how you handled it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.